Hey there, welcome back. I'm Flat Rate Mechanic, and today we're diving into a topic that's got a lot of folks scratching their heads. What to do when your check engine light versus C light and traction control light all light up like a Christmas tree on your Toyota or Lexus dashboard. Sounds familiar? Don't panic. I'm here to explain what's actually happening and what you need to know. So first off, let's clear up some confusion. Just because all three lights are on doesn't mean your traction control system is toast. In fact, this is a more common occurrence than you might think. Now here's where it gets interesting. These lights coming on usually points to an issue in your engine management system, which then leads your vehicle to disable certain features as a safety precaution. But wait, there's more to consider. When your check engine light comes on, your car's computer is recognizing that something isn't quite right under the hood. It's important to know that your traction control and versus C systems rely heavily on accurate information from the engine management system. They need to know things like how much power the engine is producing, what the throttle position is, and even the engine, RPM and load. If any of that data goes haywire, your traction control won't function properly. Imagine your traction control trying to kick in to prevent wheel spin without accurate engine data. It could actually make things worse. Most importantly, when your check engine light flicks on, it's the vehicle's way of saying, hey, I can't guarantee that my safety features are working correctly right now, so let's disable them for now. So if you see those lights on, it doesn't mean they're broken. It just means they've been shut off as a precaution. Now, let me break this down for you. The first step in diagnosing the problem is to read those check engine codes, and for that, you'll need an OBD2 scanner. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be fancy. A basic code reader will work just fine. Plug your scanner into the OBD2 port, usually located under the dashboard on the driver's side. Turn your ignition to the on position. No need to start the engine, and let the scanner do its magic. Once it communicates with your vehicle, it'll pull any stored diagnostic trouble codes, or DTCs. These codes typically start with a letter followed by 4 numbers, like P0171 or P042. Make sure to write them down, because you might have more than one issue. And here's a common mistake. Don't clear the codes without recording them first. If you do that, you'll be left wondering what went wrong when the lights come back on. So, what are the most common culprits that trigger all 3 lights? Here's a quick rundown. First up, gas cap issues. Believe it or not, a loose or damaged gas cap is one of the most frequent offenders. If it doesn't seal properly, it creates an evaporative emissions leak that triggers the check engine light. So always check that your gas cap is tight and the seal is intact. Another key point is the oxygen sensors. They tend to fail regularly, especially in older vehicles. If an O2 sensor goes bad, it can't accurately measure the air-fuel mixture, causing issues with the engine management system. Then there's the mass airflow sensor. If it's dirty or failing, it won't provide accurate readings about how much air is entering the engine, affecting both performance and fuel delivery. And don't forget about the throttle position sensor. If this sensor fails, your vehicle's computer won't know how much throttle you're applying, which can be a big problem for traction control. Lastly, issues with the catalytic converter can trigger the check engine light too, although this doesn't directly affect traction control. But remember, the computer disables it for safety anyway. Now that you've identified the issue causing your check engine light, fixing it is usually straightforward. Once you address the underlying engine problem, all 3 lights should go out. You don't need to do anything special for the versus C or traction control systems. They'll reactivate automatically. After making your repair, you can clear the codes with your scanner or simply drive the vehicle. The computer will run through its diagnostic cycles, and if the issue is truly resolved, those pesky lights will turn off on their own after a few drive cycles. Just remember, don't clear the codes without fixing the problem first, or you'll be right back to square one. Before you head to a shop, it's a smart move to grab an OBD2 scanner. Spending just $20 to $30 could save you hundreds in unnecessary diagnostics. Plus, many auto parts stores will read your codes for free. So in a nutshell, don't overthink it. The appearance of these three lights together is your vehicle's way of protecting you. Identify what triggered the check engine light, fix that issue, and your VSC and traction control should spring back to life. It's a smart system, really, once you understand how it works. All right, let's wrap this up. Remember, the most common causes for those lights coming on include gas cap issues, oxygen sensors, and a few other engine components. If you see those lights, take a deep breath, grab your scanner, and get to work. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one.